Good evening. So here we go. Put the restoration of this lovely Pigliacampo 48 bass piano accordion. So I have tuned the bass reeds. No, I haven't. I've tuned the low reeds on the treble side, and then I masked off all the reeds apart from the concert pitch, or the kind of standard pitch tuned middle reeds on the treble side. They're actually tuned to A442, so I've gone and tuned those to A442, and now I've taken off all the tape on the reed blocks, and now I can play both middle reeds together. And what I'm going to do now is play them together and then play them through the Dirks chromatic tuner, and it can pick up two tones playing together and tell you the difference in hertz between the two. And I've set the tuner so it gives me between 15 and 5 cents of difference, graduating up from this C here at the bottom up to this C here. So I'll give it a graduate scale, and that gives a really nice tremolo. So what I'm going to do now is going to go through and I'm going to play the two middle reeds together, see what it says on the tuner here, and then make some notes in my little notebook about what each note is doing in terms of the tremolo. So whether it's where I want it to be, or whether it needs a bit more tremolo or a bit less tremolo. And then once I've worked that out and how much each note needs to change, then what I'll do the tuning of the tremolo on the second set of middle reeds, which is the tremolo tuned ones, rather than the standard pitch ones, which I've just tuned. So I'm not going to do anything with them. I'm going to leave them be because they're fine, and then I'm going to make the tremolo tunings, if you like, by tuning the tremolo tuned reeds. So I'm going to make some notes about where each note is and whether I need to increase or decrease the tremolo, and then I'll do that, put the reeds back in and test it again and see how close I'm getting. So what I do is go a few times until I get the tremolo just where I need it to be. Right, so what I'll do, I'll go through and I'll find a note that needs to be altered in terms of the tremolo, and once I find one, I'll start the video again and show you what I'm going to be doing just to get it just right. Okay, hope that's okay. So I'll just... Okay, found one. So I'm just going to demonstrate one note rather than any more than one, so you just get the idea. So on the E, when I do on the pull, I can hear that the tremolo is too much, but when I was looking on my tuner, it was telling me that was 14 cents sharper than I wanted it. So I wanted it about 13, and it was coming out at 27. So I now know that on the pull, which is when I get the reed block out, that will be one of the inside reeds, so the E inside reed is running 14 cents sharp. So what I'll do, and the push was actually running about 1 cent off, but sounds absolutely fine. Sounded really nice. So I'm going to leave that one, but the pull was definitely a lot sharp. So what I'm going to do is take the reed block out, identify the first E1 reed, and I'm going to do some tuning to that pull reed, which is one of the inside reeds. So I need to flatten it to bring it back to where I need it to be. So I'll just take everything apart, I'll show you where I am, and I'll show you how I'm going to flatten that E reed. So just give me a tick. Here we go. So I found the reed. So the E is that one there, and that's from the tremolo set of high reeds. And I've got my little bellows table here because I can just do these little checks on things using this. So if I just turn that around a little bit, so on this bellows table, if I put the reed block on, I can play that E through the bellows, if you like, and I can hear that the inside one is way sharp, but I can actually play that and look at the tuner at the same time on the laptop, and then I can see the impact that my tuning will have on that reed. So I know I need to increase it by about 13 cents. So even though when you put the reed block back into the accordion, the sound can change, and the pitch can change a little bit because you're changing the dynamics. I can still tell by using the bellows table here and the tuner if I've reduced the pitch by how much I want it to, and then I'll pop back into the accordion. So I'm going to use the bellows table and the laptop now, and I'm going to lower the pitch of that inside reed and then just check using the tuner how far that's lowered. I'm looking for about 13 cents. Once I've done that, I'll put it back in and I'll see how it sounds, and it should sound pretty nice. Now, to do the lowering of the pitch, I'll just show you how I do that. So I'll just move my bellows little thing out of the way, and that there. Right, so let's show you how I would lower the pitch of that reed. So I know it's going to be that reed there, and it's going to be the inside one, so it's the one underneath that valve. Now, to lower the pitch of a reed, what you've got to do is take a bit of metal off at the rivet half of the reed, not the tip, but between halfway and the rivet. And if you scratch on the bit of the reed halfway to the rivet, you can scratch on there, or more than one scratch, then that will lower the pitch of that reed. If you scratch or file the tip of the reed, that will raise the pitch of that reed. So I'm going to be lowering it. So if it's one of these outside reeds, it's a little bit easier. I would just support it with my fine blade, like so, so that you're not pushing down, you've got something to push against. And then I get my very sharp tools for doing scratching, and I make the scratches. Now, because I'm trying to tune an inside reed, it's a bit more tricky, so that I've got my own preferred way of doing this. So I'll show you how I do it, because this is how I like to do it. I like to go from the inside with very fine pointer. So it's that reed there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through from this side with my fine pointer, and I'm going to push that inside reed up. So let me just angle it down a little bit so you can. Whoa, the angle's all changed. What's going on here? Let's see if I can show you. So that one there. There we are. So I'm going to pull so I've supported it, and now I've got access to that reed, and I'm going to choose my special sharp tuning tool. And actually I've got what I found. This is really good actually. I found this little set of drill bits, micro drill bits, that's designed for jewellery and minor things, really tiny drill bits, and I just find that they're really sharp. So they give me a really nice chance to lower the pitch. So I'm going to pull the reed back, so I've got access to the reed, and I'm going to make some scratches right at the end between the rivet and halfway. Once I've got that done, I'm going to put it back onto the tuner and see how that pitch has changed. So if I can then measure with my bellows table and the tuner on the laptop, if that's gone down enough, I'll put it back in the accordion. If I don't think it has gone down enough, I'll have another go. So if I just grab the tuning table, let's have a look. Have a little play of it. Give me 1 second. Whoa, what's this thing? There we go. There's that one there. So it still hasn't gone down enough to make that 13 cents of difference. It's quite a big difference, that one. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to keep going, put my little blade through, get a little tool through again, and keep going with my scratching. Support the reed, hang on, whoa. Support the reed, pull back the valve, like so. try that. Okay, put that back on. So it's getting closer. I think it's probably about 5 cents off of there. So I think this might be the last go. Pump it through again. Now it's always best to creep up on these things rather than just going gung-ho. Think, okay, I need to do lots, I'll do lots. Do a little bit at a time. Creep up on it and eventually you'll get there, because what you don't want to do is to just do lots and lots and lots, go too far the other way, and then just end up then scratching the tip, scratching the base, scratching the tip, scratching the base, and you just end up with a knackered reed, because the more that you scratch it and file it, the thinner the metal gets, and eventually the reed will just give up and say, look, I've had enough of this, you've messed me around too much, and just get an horrible sounding reed. Okay, let's try this. Oops. Hey, where are we? Me and my camera skills. There we are. That, to me, looking at the tuner, looked and sounded, so I sounded and looked by the chart, that was correct. So what I'll do, I'm going to put the reed block back in, and we'll test it out with the reed block in the accordion and look at the tuner as well. Obviously this is just one reed, and this is what I would do for all of them, but just give an example of what I would do. Now if it was sharpening, if the tremolo wasn't quite enough, then I could sharpen the reed, as I said, by filing away a little bit from the tip of the reed. So just to change, that's just a different way of doing the sharpening rather than doing the flattening. Okay, so I've put it all back in, and I'll see how successful I've been at getting that E to a nice tremolo. Okay, back in a sec. Okay, I think that was what you call a success. So here's the E. Sounds great. And so it actually is running at the same tremolo as the other one. Sounds great. So that's how I tuned that tremolo E to behave itself. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go through all of the treble side notes and do some tuning of the tremolo. When I've done all of them, I'll come back and I'll show you what the finished tremolo tuning sounds like. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think I'm pretty much there. I've been working quite hard on these tremolo reeds, and it's all sounding nice. I might do a tiny bit more spot tuning after I've played it in for a while and know how to go with it, just have a good old listen, but actually I think I'm pretty much there. Hang on, put the two mid reeds. I think sounds nice. Way. So I'll do a little tune just to see what it sounds like. I think it sounds lovely, really nice. I'm really pleased with it. It's one that I'm tempted to keep. I shouldn't, but I am tempted to keep this one because it just sounds so nice. Now if I put in that's the two middle reeds, pop in the low reed, and it gives you this lovely kind of edgy kind of tango sound. we go. So yeah, I'm just thrilled actually. I just love the sound of this accordion. It's a lovely old Italian one. So I'm going to leave the treble side. It's pretty much there. I might do a little tiny bit of spot tuning after I've played it for a while, just to have a little listen to things and a few little tweaks, but it's pretty much finished on the treble side. And now the next video I'm going to go through the tuning of the bass side. It sounds quite good, but a few of the notes are not sounding too good, like there's one there, sounds off, and that one, and that one, and that one. So the few notes that are not sounding quite in tune, so I'll investigate the bass side. But for now, signing off on the treble side. Well, okay, see you later.